We begin tonight with an expensive change of heart. A Vancouver man who pre-bought a $2.8 million condo tried to get out of the deal. A court ordered him to pay hundreds of thousands to the developer.
The case is a reminder of the risks of pre-sales in the current real estate market as other messy disputes make their way through the courts. Kirk Williams now with more on what you need to know about pre-sales.
This iconic architecture.
It happens all the time. A buyer walks into a presentation center and buys a condo before it's built. You have 7 days to change your mind, and the developer outlines what they will deliver on in a disclosure statement.
Disclosure statements, every new development has them. Read them over because there's pieces in there that you should just ask questions about.
But what happens if you agree to buy a condo for $2.8 million and the market tanks before it's built? The owner of a suite similar to this one did just that. He didn't want to complete the deal, so the developer sold the condo at a lower price and charged him the difference, $750,000. This week, a BC judge said a contract is a contract and ordered the buyer to pay up. Lawyer Brian Bainham says pre-sale contracts favor the developer, and they're hard to get out of if you change your mind. But he's representing the owners of 68 units here at the Olympic Village, and the owners of 14 units here at the private residences at Hotel Georgia, all who want out of their purchases. And they're using BC's Real Estate Development Marketing Act to do it, legislation that backs up consumers if developers make changes or don't do what they said they would do in those disclosure statements.
If the developer had told them in a formal way by an amendment to the disclosure statement, there wouldn't be any lawsuits, but they didn't tell them.
But developers, through the Urban Development Institute, are lobbying the province to change the act because they say buyers are using it as a loophole. They want it out of contracts that they had signed before the market had fallen. If allowed to continue, it leads to uncertainty and could slow down the industry and the economy, as well as impact housing supply and prices. Developers are so worried about the current Real Estate Development Marketing Act that they've asked to be interveners when the owners of those 68 units at the Olympic Village finally get their case heard in court. Kirk Williams, CBC News, Vancouver.